You guys know I'm always upfront with you, and this has been one of the most challenging introductions I have given to date. All of you have heard by now about Trump announcing these left instructions if Iran was to assassinate him, and at face value, many are covering that story. But you know the reasoning behind the announcement, and it's far beyond just Iran. He's hidden details within his executive order up to today, or actually yesterday, when he released the newest of them. It tells you exactly what's happening. Trump is starting a domestic revolution. He's changing the way our government operates, but that's domestic. The implications are global. And so it will uproot and destroy a governance system that many have been trying to put in place, and now will string together for you by the end of this broadcast: Mexico, Canada, Greenland, Panama Canal, and so many of the other maneuvers that he is making, here and abroad. The statement he made came for a very legitimate, chilling reason. Because what he's about to do, this even goes into Ukraine. It goes into all the moving parts, and it's why I won't allow this story simply to be covered at face value. Because the details tell you exactly, if America wins this, we win for the long term. If we lose, we may lose forever. Trump knows it, and I will cover exactly what he does know and what he's doing. And we'll connect all these dots for you very quickly. I love you all, and that's the story I'll bring you here in just 1 minute. Okay, a lot to cover today, as always. Keeps you working, but again, here we don't just take the headlines. No, we try to put them together for you, make them more black and white. First, what Trump has promised: drill, baby, drill. Well, Doug Burgum is doing exactly that. We are committed to unlocking America's full potential in energy dominance and economic development, but I want to see what you do. And he did something. Trump administration reopens millions of acres for oil drilling in rollback of Biden's climate agenda. The Trump administration is reopening oil and gas leasing across hundreds of millions of acres in federal lands and waters that were locked up by the Biden administration. We knew he'd roll that back. He needed to. We will need, and again, I'm going to attempt to tie all these stories together. We need energy independence, and we need it now. Why do you need energy independence? Because then you can maintain sovereignty. You're not controlled by the global governance system of oil and gas. In a series of orders, Monday evening, Interior Secretary Doug Burgum revoked Biden-era actions that block drilling across 625 million acres of federal waters nationwide, an area that's equivalent in size to a third of the continental United States, which will allow us to pull our own resources. There's resources we have, and there's resources we don't. Oil has always been the blood of the heart of America. Plain and simple. And why would the Biden administration not want us energy independent? Remember, domestic governance, global governance. And we all know all the moves maneuvered to try to tie all these countries together, and we will have peace and harmony. No, we will have further debt and servitude. And the revolution here in the United States has begun. Trump doesn't have his full army built yet. Thankfully, Pam Bondi was confirmed. One step, another step in the right direction. I can't wait to report more on what she's going to do, but right now, she's finally confirmed. And you and your actions have allowed that to happen. Nobody's telling you that, of course, because they want you quiet. They want you mute. They want you subservient. No, that is not the way this great Republic of the United States of America was built to represent. The U.S. Senate's voicemail system is currently down. Why is it down? Capitol Hill sources are saying that they're receiving over 600 calls per minute from you maybe, calling in and saying we want Kash Patel, we want Tulsi Gabbard, and we want RFK Jr. confirmed, and we want it now. And that is when your voice is truly represented. Continue it. Keep the pressure. We need to keep winning because Trump needs everyone right now, because what's coming will require all facets of government be dialed in and that everything be rooted out of our system, because what's coming, we need good actors in government because it comes down to our security. Just a quick break in the action for all of you that have joined this channel. Thank you so much. This channel continues to flourish and grow, so I know I'm doing the right thing for you, and I appreciate it by you subscribing. If you're new here, come on, hit the subscribe button. It means the world to me. Help me share the videos. Those of you that had the means and supported me on the membership platform here, thank you. Your donations also that came in yesterday, thank you. I have no sponsors. I'm just an independent journalist, so the only way I can keep going is through your support. But I still give you more in return, and we forward invest all the time. I fly under the banner of restrictedrepublic.com. My wife and I, Lisa Haven, created it many years ago to bring you all the news, unfiltered, uncensored, from all our platforms, plus exclusive content. And we work hard. It's a 365-day-a-year job. It doesn't stop, but our administration is not stopping, and we won't either. If you can get over there, restrictedrepublic.com, subscribe today. It would mean the world to us. You can cancel your membership at any time. We got monthly or annual to make it convenient. And that is another means of the support that is necessary to continue this effort towards independent, referenced, and researched journalism, something that a lot of people have become unaccustomed to, but now are getting in full measure. I want to thank you all. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I can't wait to read your comments below. But now let's get back to this video. Tulsi Gabbard now suddenly advances past the Senate Intel Committee. So now the vote should be imminent. Another maneuver out of nowhere. Well, not really. Senator Bill Cassidy's now changed his tune on RFK Jr. I've had very intense conversations with Bobby and the White House over the weekend, and even this morning. I want to thank VP J.D. Vance, I love this, specifically for his honest counsel. In other words, you got your ass smacked. Somebody had a call with you. Somebody said, step in line, or I'll step out. And so now suddenly he's behind RFK Jr. This is how the administration's working. They're not sleeping. Trump, you want to call me in? I won't sleep either, I promise you. Whatever you need right now, because this is what America needs. Thankfully, I have a very large audience, you, and I work hard to assure you understand the successes and the defeats, and there will be defeats in what Trump is trying to do. But first, he has to purge government. It's not only to downsize it. No, he needs loyalists in positions, all positions, because one infiltrator, one person who could potentially be representing another country within our governance system can cause catastrophic damage to a plan that is so intricate, so dangerous, that it led to the statement he made. Now, we all know the fork in the road. All you have to do is type an email, type in resign. What has it resulted in? 20,000 federal workers, only 1%. Target was 5 to 10%. But don't worry. He just put that out there. Because if I offer you a package and you choose not to take it, if you were to litigate me later, it's going to be very hard for you to take that position because I offered you a package and you refused. So percentages in this case don't necessarily make a difference. Knowing that many workers weren't offered that package. Postal workers, military personnel, immigration officials, national security roles. Kind of. Because there's always a larger plan. President Trump, remember, we inform federal workers you need to come back February 6th. That's tomorrow. Or, package is gone. You're terminated. I offered you an opportunity. You didn't take it. You don't show up to work. Tomorrow, you're gone. Trump administration plans sweeping layoffs among workers who don't opt to resign. Told you, everything stages. It's only just begun. I want to rename the channel that right now. I'm not, don't worry. Focusing on national security roles. They were not given that opportunity to type in resign. Because I truly believe, doesn't want them to resign. No, He wants to try something else first. But he's doubling down on his effort. I'm sure you heard this report come out.
Fox News alert, the Wall Street Journal is reporting the CIA has reportedly just offered a buyout to its entire workforce.
Need I say more? I guess he's now gone past offering buyouts except for national security roles. Well, now he's extended it. Ratcliffe has extended it. Now we're going to offer you buyouts. We let you see what was going to happen. We showed you what happened with USAID. Now we'll offer you buyouts. What's your choice? Before you get a makeover. Wall Street Journal reporting on this. The CIA appeared to be the first intelligence agency to tell its employees that they can quit their job and receive about 8 months of pay and benefits, part of Trump's push to downsize its federal government. A lot of people would state, and I've heard it stated, but he already offered them buyouts. Now, we didn't. They're part of the national security apparatus. And that was not part of the buyout. Now it is. This is the CIA, one of the most critical organizations for what's to come. But Justice, that's outside the U.S. It is. For very good reason. It has to be one of the cleanest departments of any, or else nothing will change. Well, they got USAID. Oh, I know. Many of you commented on yesterday's video, another just bombshell video. Thank you so much for the support on that video. In his confirmation hearing, Ratcliffe promised to launch more hard-edge spying operations and covert actions. You see, everything's being outlaid for you, but I don't blame you if you haven't put it all together yet. It's very intricate. But I've always told you who public enemy number one is here. Trump knows who public enemy number one is here. Hint, it's not Russia. Operation Covert Actions naming drug cartels and China as key adversaries. Drug cartels and China as key adversaries. You see, they're telling you and they're showing you a portion of the blueprint. But the restructuring that needs to be done prior to that is monumental. More than 1,000 EPA employees are told they could be dismissed immediately. You see, it's just beginning. The purge has just begun. Every department, including and beyond just USAID, which was funding things that Trump doesn't really want funded anymore. It's an apparatus for government building. But what was it trying to build? Was it trying to build things in the likeness of the great Republic of the United States of America? I would contend no. It was trying to build democracies. It was trying to build loyalty. It was trying to build subservience, countries that would follow a different set of rules. Rules that Trump does not represent. Rules that we, the people, voted Trump not to represent. Hence, and I will continue to cover it, the importance of the dismissal of USAID. What did Hillary use to get a lot of funds over to Haiti? That's right, it was USAID. All these pieces go together. What did USAID also help to fund? That's right, it was something in Wuhan. Everything comes out in the wash, my friends. The White House prepares executive order to abolish the education department. He's not done. I told you this was going to happen. And this isn't an I told you so video. The reason I state that is to qualify. The opinions that I give you are very vetted. They are very researched. And I show you the backup to prove out when things are right or wrong. And yeah, we make mistakes here. I don't use scripts. There's no teleprompter behind the camera. It has to be up here. Takes a great deal of research. FBI turns over details of 5,000 employees who worked on January 6 cases. Big story. It's going to become a lot bigger. I don't want you to think I missed it. Kash Patel's not even there yet. Imagine a purge that's coming beyond what's already hit the FBI. Is Trump readies that agency? Because there will be actors, domestic and foreign, working against this agenda. Some even just put themselves on camera, didn't they? A lawless leader and his revolution. That's the title on the nation. A lawless leader. The man who's representing the laws in their purest form. But to them, that is contrary to the laws that they want in their purest form, which are different than those represented by the Constitution of the United States of America. Their interest was in sovereignty. Their interest was global peace and order and unity. Run by whom was the question. Was Biden running everything? Now I was going to play these clips for you, but I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to read you the headlines. You see, a bunch of people got out in front of the Treasury and they started saying things that they really shouldn't say. I'm not going to destroy your peace and sanctity with their voices because they're grating, but God damn it, shut down the Senate. We are at war. LaMonica MacGyver, representative of the United States Congress, stated that. Ayanna President, let me just mute that for a second. Calls for violence. I want to say to our Republican colleagues, pay attention. We're here today in the hopes that you will see the light. But if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. As a matter of fact, at the end of this clip, I think she gives the salute, puts her hand up of resist. So we're going to go back to these days again. Told you it would come. But why are they freaking out so bad? What are they freaking out so bad against? Nobody elected your ass. This is not Elon Musk's country, said Maxine Waters. This is not your country. No one elected you. And then, yeah, she's out again. I guess the Democrats' new playbook is to scream about how no one elected Elon Musk.
Now, no one elected Elon Musk to nothing.
That's right.
Not one Democrat in America voted for Elon Musk.
Not one.
Not one Republican in America voted for Elon Musk.
But we voted for what Elon Musk is doing now, didn't we? Freakout continues. Edward Markey calls to fight against the dictator, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. We have more clips. Let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. This is Jasmine Crockett. Now, she's an interesting character, isn't she? The newest firebrand. Oh, there she is. Who's that? Well, that's right. People who would be interested in some other order than what we have here in the United States, at least in our humble opinion. Let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. You got to learn a few lessons from us. Oh, yeah, Jasmine, you have a ton of experience and interest in the great Republic of the United States of America, but I digress, and you'll be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter, y'all about to find out. Find out what, Jasmine? It's a curious statement. I mean, if we had stated that about the Democrats, we'd be roasted. And there's Chucky Schumer. We will win. Win what, Chucky? You've lost everything. 90 days ago, everything ended for you. What are you going to win exactly? Or AOC, who now claims she's smarter than Elon Musk, claiming she doesn't have to listen to him. So we have resist, fight, and we don't have to listen to the Trump administration. Interesting positions. And then we have Ilhan Omar come out, advising Somalians on how to avoid ICE. You are not obligated to answer their questions. Now we can make light of this and say, oh, look at those liberals. I haven't seen them this upset since yesterday. It's funny. But there's other things we should focus on. It's been used against us many times, right? 18 U.S. Code 2383, rebellion or insurrection. A crime is embodied under this code. Simply put, this law makes it illegal to incite, assist with, or participate in a rebellion or insurrection against United States laws and authority, a.k.a. Donald J. Trump. Now, what does he do about this? He does what Tom Homan does. You state something along these lines.
Talking about, I don't want to get into too much detail, but there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get it to. And we said, you know what? Let's have her live at our house above our garage.
Interesting statement. Is that harboring illegals? I think it is. Wonder what Tom Homan's opinion of that statement is.
I think the governor's pretty foolish saying what he said, because I got note of it. Won't let it go. We'll look into it. And if he's knowingly harboring, concealing an illegal alien, that's a violation of Title 8 United States Code 1324. I would seek prosecution.
It's that easy. And Trump will need to move to that position shortly, because this isn't just rhetoric anymore. An unelected government just ran this country for 4 years. While they hid the fact that the elected president was barely functioning and shamed Americans for pointing it out, it was so bad that people overwhelmingly voted for Trump, and yet Democrats are calling to resist. Resist the rules and laws of the great Republic of the United States of America because the rule and order that they wanted to preserve is no longer in place. What rules and order were they protecting? Even the media is freaking out, saying that Elon Musk is a 5-alarm fire. As a matter of fact, because the structure of media has changed so much that the messaging, Chuck Todd here,
has helped successfully destroy the trusted information ecosystem because this is a 5-alarm fire.
The trusted information ecosystem that was feeding you messaging that we had voted out of our government because the information ecosystem was lying to us. And so the reason they're freaking out so badly is they know that the order they wish to adhere to and establish is demolished. Not its entirety yet. So now let's stitch this all back together. And let's bring in what Trump is really doing. It starts with Ukraine, of course. Doesn't end in Ukraine. Zelensky here calling for something that nobody should ever give the man.
Which support package, which missiles, will we be given nuclear weapons?
You're going to give Zelensky nuclear weapons. That's what he's calling for here. We've already given you $183 billion plus, of which you say you could only locate about 70 billion of. Now, who's to blame for that? The administration or Zelensky? Well, we'll yet to find that out, but Trump will find that out. But Trump had a much different message for Zelensky. One that goes to the heart of this story. One, again, at face value, may not make sense until you put all the pieces together.
We're telling Ukraine they have very valuable rare earth. We want what we put up to go in terms of a guarantee. We want a guarantee. We're handing them money hand over fist. We're giving them equipment. European is not keeping up with us. They should equalize. And look, we have an ocean in between. They don't. It's more important for them than it is for us.
Okay, so everybody covered it, right? Rare earth minerals. Trump knows he needs them. That we do. We absolutely need rare earth minerals. Sorry, as I cannot speak today. President Trump wants a guaranteed right to Ukraine's rare earth minerals, at least equal to the amount of aid the U.S. provided in the war. So Trump wants the money paid back. That wasn't to give more aid, mind you. So what does Ukraine have? Trillions of dollars of rare earth minerals. Lithium reserves around 500,000 tons needed for batteries, electronics. Titanium. Ukraine has the largest titanium reserves in Europe, about 7% of the overall world reserves needed for aerospace, medical implants, automotive, marine industries. Zirconium, used in nuclear reactors, chemical processing. Beryllium, used in aircraft, missile parts, nuclear reactors. Gallium, mainly in semiconductors, LEDs. Uranium, nuclear power generation. Rare earth elements, many other ones. They're used in high-tech applications like magnets for electric motors, wind turbines, electronics, catalytic converters. Ukraine has approximately $11.5 trillion of these minerals. And so Trump knows that. And he's asking for it. But that's where his story changes. Because who needs those minerals? To usurp the power of the great continental United States of America, who is building their military arsenal to far surpass what the United States was on track to do. That country is? In the comments below. I'll give you a second. That's right. China. So Ukraine is a strategy against China. We need those reserves. We are woefully behind in our technology and our military might right now. And now let's put the pieces together. Panama pledges to end key canal deal with China, work with the U.S. after Rubio visit. So now Trump went after the Panama Canal because China had secured a very bad interest in the canal for imports, for control of what comes into the United States. And so Trump went after that. Ukraine, China, Panama, China. Mexico claims proof of Chinese fentanyl smuggling. Mexico, China. Canada. Networks are shifting from fentanyl imports to Canadian-made products. And what did they find? 80% of chemicals used in fentanyl production are unregulated and can be procured in Canada or legally imported from China. Ukraine, Panama, Mexico, Canada, Greenland. What is China doing there and why? Let's go back, 2016. Sheng Resources buys 1/8 of Greenland's mineral and energy stocks, which develops a uranium and rare earth site. 2014. First memorandum of understanding between Greenland's mineral and energy and China's non-ferrous metal industry. 2012, China Ministry of Land and Resource visits Greenland. 2018, China Communication Construction Company bids to build airports in Greenland, prompting Danish government to finance half of the airports. Boy, China had an interest in Greenland. So by us coming in on top of them, we could stop that interest in Greenland. Ukraine, Panama, Mexico, Canada, Greenland. And what has Trump talked about so far? And how does this tie into this warning? This warning he just issued. What China wants from the Israel-Hamas war. There are hopes China could tap into its close relationships with Iran, which backs Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon, to de-escalate the situations. China is Iran's biggest trade partner. And earlier this year, Beijing brokered a rare detente between Iran and Saudi Arabia. Tehran says it stands ready to strengthen communication with China. So now China and Iran are really closely linked. They are interested in the Hamas-Israel war because China was no supporter of Israel. As a matter of fact, this article says they burned all its bridges in China. Beijing's surprising response to Hamas attacks and to Israel's reprisal campaign has completely changed the picture because they offered no condemnation for what happened. Because who is Israel, or who is one of Hamas's biggest backers, supporters, an axis of resistance of Iran-backed groups in the Middle East. And who came here? Pakistani national with ties to Iran, charged in connection to a foiled assassination plot targeting Trump. So China and Iran are linked. We have the Hamas war. Trump makes an announcement that he's going to buy Gaza. We'll do a job. The U.S. will.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
That's it, huh, Trump? He knows what he's doing. He has to dismantle and control and help Israel control the Gaza Strip because there is a mutual interest there. An interest that once again involves China. Iran coming out and saying they never plotted to kill him. But what else is he doing? 2 EOs yesterday of significant importance. Trump exit UNHRC, another UN organization. Right here, withdrawing the United States from ending funding to certain United Nations organizations. In particular, the UNRWA is being reviewed, and he's pulling out immediately of the UNHRC. Who did they support? Who did they work for? Who were they caught, aiding and abetting? Hamas in many ways. So Trump's dismantling it. And by dismantling Hamas and not providing them any additional funding, he's not supporting Iran. So then he comes out with the most consequential executive order to the global order thus far. National Security Presidential Memorandum NSPM-2. Nothing named up at the top. National Security Presidential Memorandum with far-reaching implications. The Treasury, the Secretary of Defense, the Attorney General, the Secretary of Energy, the Secretary of Interior, Homeland Security, Assistant to the President and Chief of Staff, United States Trade Representative, United States Permanent Representative to the UN, Director of National Intelligence, Director of Central Intelligence Agency, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, Assistant to the President for National Security Council. I'm reading these all on purpose. The Counsel to the President, the Assistant to the President for Economic Policy, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the Director of the FBI. Did he miss anyone? Why was this listed so specifically? Imposing maximum pressure on the government of the Islamic Republic of Iran, denying Iran all past the nuclear weapon and countering Iran's malign influence. He goes into detail, basically of how he despises Iran. Iran bears responsibility for horrific Hamas massacres occurred on October 7th of 2023. Responsible the IRGC, including kidnapping, assault, and murder. Iran has also directed in proxy groups, including Hezbollah's Islamic Jihad organization, to embed sleeper cells in the homeland to be activated in support of their terrorist activity. Committed grievous human rights abuses and arbitrarily detained foreigners, including United States citizens. And the nuclear program must be ended. Iran's one of China's biggest backers. Trump has gone after the Panama Canal. Trump has gone after Mexico, Canada, Greenland, Ukraine, the Gaza Strip, and now Iran. And so when he delivers that he left instructions, it's chilling. Because he knows what he is doing is disrupting America's number one enemy, who he believes will not stand down. He is reinforcing himself the best he can. He is reinforcing by every department that exists in the continental United States, every department in the U.S. government, trying to put loyalists in, trying to get the intel he will need to protect himself and American interests. He's trying to protect the homeland. Because as he reaches out further past our borders, he's going to slap the face of China. And he knows how dangerous that is. The tenor and tone of him, to me, in some ways, it's a little heartbreaking. The man knows the danger he's putting himself in. He is uplifting the United States above an order that seeks to destroy us. If he wins this battle, we win for a very long time. If he loses, we lose forever. It would be unrecoverable what they wish to do to the United States. And now I'll play the message for you.
It's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran.
That would include Iran. Did you catch that? That would include Iran. So in a warning to Iran, he opens the scope. He knows now you have to fight dirty. You have to fight aggressively. These threats can't be small and isolated. They can't be pinpoint precision. They have to be cluster bombs. Because I've just strung together for you now the dangerous position that Trump has now put himself in. And I hope that weaves together what he's actually trying to do. He's here to preserve the integrity of the continental United States of America, to build back our sovereignty to our Constitution. Sorry, sometimes these will get to you. Because when you have actually put together the bigger picture, you realize the threat level that now sits on him. And it will only get worse. When he has his full cabinet, when he roots out everyone that he considers not loyal to the United States of America, the machine will go into full force. Now, thankfully, because of players like Elon Musk, he will have the power of technology, AI, and everything he needs to keep eyes everywhere. Because the enemy will come from all directions, from north, from south, to east, to west. And it won't relent. Because what he is trying to uproot is decades of damage that they have done to the great Republic of the United States of America. So that threat is significant. Significant enough for him to threaten total obliteration of Iran, its proxies, and others. But I'm not going to leave you with all doom and gloom, because we can secure this with the right people. We can make maneuvers to secure the great Republic of the United States. We must all pray for his safety. Now you realize how necessary those prayers are. So I'll leave you with a more lighthearted moment, because any person who can do this in the face of such great threats is truly the leader we want at that desk. Because even knowing that they're coming for him, he still finds a moment to make us all smile.
What do you think about Joe Biden signing on with a talent agency?
You gotta be kidding. He signed on with a talent agency?
He does. He's got some entertainment agents now.
I think he's got bigger problems than that. I really do. I think
a laughing moment and another threat. He's got bigger problems than that. My friends, the best is yet to come. Do I truly believe that the administration he's putting in place, the cabinet officials he's putting in place, can disrupt everything if they move fast enough? For all of those in the Senate that are trying to slow roll these appointments, I hope you never get voted in again. Because our very national interest and security is at stake. How dare you hold back through procedural maneuvers the appointments of the people that Trump needs to protect us? Your interest is not with we, the people. And we have taken note of that. And because of that, I hope every one of your constituents look the other way when you want to run again. Because we care about the protection of this great republic. We care about outlining the facts behind what is being done to outlay the actual threats that exist. And the plan is in full motion. And the best is yet to come. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.